The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. Thank you for tuning into this Sunday afternoon 2K Sports edition of the NBA. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Berg, Greg Anthony, and DA. It's all. Well, the Nuggets lucky to have you. Thanks, David. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Barton in at the 3 slot. And for Brooklyn, Wilson Chandler out there with Jordan. And it's Durant. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the 2. Jokic with it in the corner. It's Harris. Back to Jokic. Pulls up from the corner. He can't get it to go. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They beat the Nuggets during their last encounter in Denver.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And one thing you have to love about Gary Harris, the way he can explode to the rim.
And Harris is a natural scorer from all parts of the floor, but he can just rocket himself for dunks you aren't used to seeing from players of his size and stature.
Jokic finds Murray. 6 on the shot clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And it's Jokic missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
The Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Martin from outside. The Nuggets get it back in a new 14. And Jordan sends it back.
Boy, the wingspan of DeAndre Jordan. This guy sends it back with a message.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. But they recover it. Clock at 6. The pass to Barton over Durant.
I love the energy of Kevin Durant on the defensive end. Long and tall, and does a great job contesting without fouling.
Harris against Harris. Back to KD. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Well, it can't get worse than this. 0 for 4 to start.
Lobs it up for Jordan. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, we've seen this 1 or 2 times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
Now Harris. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. To the paint, here's Barton.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Great D that time from Irving.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Jordan against Harris. Back to Barton. The 3. And another miss by Denver.
Boy, at some point you've got to realize there might be a better option standing next to you. This guy has not made 1 basket in this period.
Murray outside. Pass to Millsap. Over Irving. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Murray. Isn't it interesting, Doris, to see how these NBA players that come into the league looking one way physically and they leave looking another way, they change their bodies over the course of their career.
Kevin, you talked about this earlier. These players commit to their season over the course of 365 days. Virtually no offseason. Think about the reigning MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who adds 50 pounds of muscle from the time he enters the NBA. Or the other side of the equation, right? A Yusuf Nurkic or a Marc Gasol, who drop weight, Kevin, to enhance their quickness and their stamina. These guys are so committed.
They are. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie is very capable from deep. Don't let him get hot now.
Morris looking over the floor. Grant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Well, what a lineage for Jeremy Grant, a member of that very famous Grant family in NBA history. His brother, father, and uncle have all played in the league. And what a job he's done to follow suit.
You feel like Grant started to turn the corner, I thought, last season, Doris, in his development.
No doubt, Kevin. He got to see starters minutes for the first time in his career, and he was rock solid. This guy is a good rebounder. He's switchable on the defensive end, and he brings great energy every night.
A three from Morris. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
1:24 left to play in the first. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie relishes the response. What an answer to that three with one of his own.
Mirotic against Prince. And Plumlee kicks to Grant. Morris outside. Pass to Beasley. Here's the three. Caruch grabs the board.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Prince. Another one falls for Brooklyn. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. And Dinwiddie over to help. Beasley in the post. Levert defending. And that one is good by Beasley.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Dinwiddie wide open. Kept alive. It's good on the putback.
Well, so often we're talking about Jared Allen's length, and he does it nicely on the offensive glass right there.
26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Prince against Mirotic. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go with a three. Here's Plumlee. The putback, and it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And now that we've gotten a chance to see it in slow-mo, I think the ruling has to be that he did not beat the buzzer with that shot.
And they're keeping the call as is. It was close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it. And if it's so close that you can't tell by the naked eye, might as well go to the slow-mo.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Nets lead by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
One thing we know, Greg, great teams in the NBA get production off the bench, and that was critical that night.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. It's Morris and Beasley at the 1 and the 2. Mirotic is out there with Plumlee, and it's Grant in at the 3. Morris passes to Plumlee, and it's sent back by Allen.
This guy is a sensational shot blocker. Jared Allen twice on the pipes.
they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
The Nets had to be so judicious and so smart with every move they made because they did not have top draft selections. So you have to use cap space to acquire picks. They had to find sleepers in the draft. They had to find players who were probably undervalued and then develop those players. This is an organization that used every tool at their disposal.
Dinwiddie dishes to Allen. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Back to Allen. Plumlee with the steal. And Grant with the clear path to the hoop. A finish. And the dunk by Grant.
To me, this is where Jeremy Grant can really flourish. In transition, in the open floor, use that speed, sir.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And Doris, the Nets showed they could manufacture a rebuild.
Kevin, what the Nets did was not easy. But to me, it shows you exactly how critical quality front office personnel is to the success of an organization, and the Nets were on point throughout the process.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Prince. Durant comes in for Rodions Kurucs. Joe Harris is checked in for Karis LeVert. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Spencer Dinwiddie. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Millsap finds Jokic. Jordan with the block. And he's able to get it back.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Nuggets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Free throw, good. Jokic. And Jokic drops them both. Well, Greg, the rapid ascension of Nikola Jokic into NBA stardom has been nothing short of amazing. You know, he really is an elite center now.
I mean, he's the best player on a very talented young team in the West. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP in the next few years.
Here's Irving. Gets to the corner and buries it. And the Nets lead by 3.
Now, the point guard position, when you have a score-first mentality, as Kyrie Irving does, it puts such pressure on the defense.
Lets the 3 fly. Another miss by Jokic. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. For 3, Harris. Allen passes to Harris. On its way from Irving for 2. Allen kicks to Irving. 5 to shoot. A deep 3 from Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Now it's a 6-point Nets lead. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to Boston. Murray dishes to Harris. Barton outside. Here's Millsap, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Millsap's got 6 points.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Irving finds Harris. Back to Irving. Lobbed up there for Allen. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
That's just tremendous length, exceptional hands, Jared Allen. Nice and easy.
The Nuggets trail by 6. Harris outside. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. To the inside. Here's Millsap. And it's sent back by PD.
Kevin Durant uses his length so well. And how about the timing to send that rejection back?
Basket counts. Durant's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Barton against Durant. Here's Jokic. And Jordan sends it back. And they get it back. And there's a minute 45 left now here in the second. And a deep 3 from Irving. Offensive rebound, Nets. Harris looking it over. 6 to shoot. Lobs it up for Jordan. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Outside Millsap. Back to Murray. Millsap trying to get open. Tries again. Basket good.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
Murray against Irving. Outside Durant. And he gets the bucket. Durant's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, this second quarter has proven to be a turnaround. This guy looking much more comfortable all of a sudden.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Over Jordan. Jokic, no good.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. And it's sent back by Allen. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. Morris outside. Passes it to Jokic. This one for 3. Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Morris.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nets out in front. They lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. Looking at the Nets, Kenny, what do you think?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Well, I'll tell you what I saw in the first half, Ernie. 3 things. Saw defense, not enough pressure, but they can still win this game. They need to ramp it up. Is that 2 or 3? Doesn't matter. You understand, Ernie.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One guy who's been getting it done is Paul Millsap.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Wilson Chandler. Kyrie Irving is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's KD in at the 3, the small forward.
And after spending his first NBA decade with the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan bounced around last season. Remains a supreme athlete and rebounder, though, at that center position.
And a nightly double-double threat is DeAndre Jordan, but some dissatisfaction with his play last season. Greg, why was that?
Well, I felt like his impact has tailed off just a bit from his peak with the Clippers. Sometimes the great athletes have more of an adjustment as they enter their 30s. And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Nets passing it around. On the wing, Irving. He's covered by Murray. Steps back and fires. A nice shot by Irving. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go.
The evolution of Kyrie Irving's game continues. Magnificent with the jumper.
Martin in the corner for the tie. But they get it back. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Looking here at some numbers for Durant. Over the last month, getting it done. He's putting up about 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
Plumlee is checked in for Nikola Jokic. They double him with Irving. Barton outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good. That would have tied it. Brooklyn leading by 3. Here's Chandler. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from Beasley. Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible to check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
Murray outside. Lets it go. Rebounded by the Nets.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
A deep 3 from Irving. Jordan dishes to Chandler. Over Millsap. Jordan trying to free himself up. And there's Chandler. That's good on the assist by Jordan.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Odions Kurucs comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Denver also making some changes. Mirotic is checked in for Millsap. Grant comes in for Will Barton. And Monte Morris subbed in for Malik Beasley. And stolen by Mirotic. Here's Grant. And the pass to Mirotic. Grant outside. Shot clock at 6. He kicks to Plumlee. Wants to get it to Morris and does. It's deflected. LeVert finds Prince. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. The Nets second.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
That one is off. And he's good on the second.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
Back to LeVert. A 3-ball. Denver grabs the miss. Stolen by LeVert. He feeds it to Allen. Prince, right side. Out to the right wing. Kurucs passes to Prince. LeVert with it. Clock at 4. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
Dinwiddie finds Prince. Yep, that one goes in there. Prince has got 5 points so far.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
And Dinwiddie over to help. Mirotic has a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Karuch. And it's blocked by Mirotic. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Ran off on him. I ain't said he never fought. Oh, man.
How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. The Nuggets trail by 7, so out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got Nikola Jokic. Mirotic out there with Grant. Then it's Gary Harris, and it's Morris in at the point. Harris up top, lock at 6. A 3 for Mirotic. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Dinwiddie with it, guarded now by Morris. The 3, and Dinwiddie gets it to go on the assist by Allen. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets. Pass to Jokic. That shot misses, and Brooklyn will come the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets, and that game is the second of 2 straight at home. KD's shot is good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Harris passes to Mirotic. Grant against Prince. Here's Mirotic, and it's sent back by Allen. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Durant for 3. Morris with the rebound.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Chandler comes in for Taurean Prince. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Paul Millsap's checked in for the Nuggets. Will Barton comes in for Monte Morris.
With him scoreless in the latter part of this one, it's awfully hard to come back.
Pass to Irving. Back to KD. Shoots over Barton. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Well, those jumpers, they might as well be layups for Kevin Durant. That's his comfort zone, Kev.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey guys, well, Mike Malone talked to his team during that last time out. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient, run the offense, make the extra pass. We don't have to make up the deficit all at once. We'll see if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
Puts it up from 17. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 6th rebound on the night.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Double team on Millsap. Irving against Barton. Over Jordan. The offensive rebound. Here's Jokic, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by Brooklyn.
Free throw, no good for Jokic.
You know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots, just on found in that center position. And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
You know, Greg, Jokic has so many tools at his disposal. He's a walking triple-double threat.
The passing and vision is what really sets him apart at that center position. The offense can run through him and should run through him with how he can distribute the ball. A career best season for Kyrie Irving in 2018-19, scoring just as great as ever, but it was the other areas, playmaking, rebounding, defense, where he made tremendous strides.
Shot on the wing, and the shot is long.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
1:44 left in the fourth. Murray surveying the D. The feed to Millsap. And Millsap slams it in.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
And the Celtics expected Kyrie to become a better passer and defender in Boston.
They felt he had the capability. You could argue that those improvements have elevated him from a great scorer to a great player in our league.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 18. 1:22 left in the game. A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 17-6 run.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Nets.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other two.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Kyrie Irving.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
And finished off by Porter.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
And Grant with the clear path to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
It amazes me how quickly you can change ends. You've got to be prepared to sprint the floor.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what...
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.